Alright. Everything's pretty cool. This is just a follow-up. I had a falling out with some people at my house, sort of. Well, not a falling out. I get sensitive about my kids, and if people don't like that I'm sensitive about the fact that I have children, and you know, I don't give a fuck, I guess. I don't give a fuck. If you think I'm being sensitive, then maybe you should leave. Especially if it's my house. But so anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine who had to fight to see his kids. Sorry, I just got out of the shower and it's kind of hot out. I'm trying to sit out here on the steps and relax and cool off. But yeah, I talked to a friend of mine that had to fight for to see his kids to get visitation.
Water?
Alright, sorry, my neighbor was calling their cat. And he told me if I go down to the courthouse, it's just so easy. I can't wait to see if this is true, but anyway, yeah. Supposedly if I go down to the courthouse, and you know, I guess this is what he did. Nobody told me this, but apparently if you go to the courthouse, this is why MGTOW is good. Because, you know, I don't know, but yeah, they don't, you know, this information has to be out there, but maybe it depends on where you live, I don't know, or the state you live in, but there's applications for, or you know, there's a form that you can fill out for visitation. And I was like, really? There's just a form? Oh, it's that easy. But, you know, excuse me for being cynical, but this is the system that fucked me over to begin with. This whole system has fucked me over completely. And let me ask you a question. Should I go? I guess you do whatever you gotta do for your kids, right? But here's the deal. Once I go ask somebody for permission to see my kids, it's like I've already acquiesced to them. They can just say no. And I've already waived my rights. I got into this. I mean, I didn't really have a choice. I don't have a lot of money. I was broke, practically just taking care of my wife's kids at the time. Me and her, you know, we didn't have a lot of money, and we weren't even getting along. And then I had an opportunity to actually get custody of my kids. I will give them that. They came to me to see if I wanted to get custody, but you know, it's like hindsight is 20/20, and I should have kicked my wife to the curb because she was being evil anyway, and I should have got my kids. But I didn't have to be handed two boys at the age of 35 with a less than desirable job, and knowing what I was pretty sure of at the time, which is single fathers don't get fucking shit for help. You know what I mean? I just went over it all really in my mind, and I made the quick decision. I was like, I gotta waive the rights to see my own kids, and I did that. So what if I just fill out this form and I go down to the courthouse and I go in front of the judge in this system that has already been just absolutely just ruthless and unkind to me, you know what I mean, in many ways. Maybe not as ruthless as it could have been, but what if they just say no? What if they just say, no, sir, you waived your rights? No. Then what? Then what? And then I'm already feeling I don't need to ask anybody to see my kids. I don't need to ask anybody to see my kids. So to have a judge say, no, Stuart, you know what I mean? It's incredible, man. So, I don't know, man. But yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to go down to the courthouse and supposedly fill out some form for visitation. And we'll see how it goes.